How you doing? Thank you for tuning in with your host, Africa Rob. Today's topic, economics, opening up businesses, empowering others. Not your average DJ Abdul Basur. Peace, my brothers. How are you? Muz, CEO Muz. Feel free. Anyone who would like to share anything on the topics along of economics and black empowerment, this is your platform to do so. Feel free, if you want to join the live, feel free to do so. If anybody would like to participate in the live, let's do it.
Brother, what's good?
Peace, peace. How are you?
Great, bro. I like this black empowerment thing you're doing. I love it.
Great. I'm glad you say so, man. You have a business yourself.
Yes, sir.
Feel free to let the world know what that business is.
My business is Grind Stack Repeat. It's a clothing brand and a lifestyle brand.
And to mention, this is a brand that is actually a trademark brand, because if those of you have seen this brand, you see me, I may be wearing it pretty much every day.
Yes, sir.
www.grindstackrepeat.com. And I do have a question for you. I constantly get asked, what does the company's name moniker Grindstack Repeat stand for?
Grind Stack Repeat is get money, save money, repeat the process.
Okay.
It's too much stuff going on where we come from, urban cities, hoods. We get money, but we spend it just as fast as we get it. We got to change that.
So you're aware that the dollar is not being spent and circulated amongst our own kind.
Exactly.
And so this is a brand trademark. Do you have any insight on anybody up and coming that's in the business that you're in that doesn't know anything about trademarking or registering your brand?
You got a brand. The best thing you could do, trademark it, make it your own. There's a lot of stealing that happens with us. People steal from us constantly. We come up with these brands, these titles, these words, and other people, culture vultures, they just snatch it and they use it. You got something and you know it's marketable, trademark it, make it your own.
That's definitely good.
And another thing is this. We got people that have their own clothing brands, their own lines, and we don't support them. We gotta start supporting each other the same way we support these Italians with luxury brands. Support your people the same way.
In your opinion,
invest in them.
Why do you feel it comes across where we don't support each other's brands? Why do you feel do you think it's solely the African American race who feels, look, I'm not going to support their brand? Or why do you think it's like that? Is it something coming from a deep rooted issue, or just merely a personal thing? That's what
it is we don't want to see each other win. As much as people say they do, is cat. It's a lot of cat. They don't want to see other people win. They don't want to see other people make it. People don't want to support you because they don't want your dollar to take you over that edge. When I say I got $1 million, they don't want to be able to say, well, he had $999,999 before he got my dollar. So they don't want to give you that dollar to make you go over that over the top. They rather you suffer. Misery loves company. They'll spend $1,500, $1,200 on some jeans, some Louis Vuitton, Gucci. You got $100 sweatpants. They feel like that $100 is gonna break you or make you, and it don't. It don't. Don't let people discourage you.
It's gonna be a strong solution to eradicate that problem, or to bring in enlightenment and make people aware of that being a problem in our community. What do you think? What do you think is going to help tackle that problem?
I think the more people see people winning around them without their support, the more they're willing to support. So my message to everybody out there that's trying to do something entrepreneurial is don't count on the people around you. Don't. You live in a town of 200,000 people when it's 200 million people in the next few states that you could touch, and it'll support you because they ain't really worried about whether or not you getting rich or not, or you doing more than them. Start reaching out to people past your neighborhoods. Start reaching out and use this internet. People get on the internet and look at everybody else's pictures every day, not realizing how many people they can touch just using the internet.
So you're saying like digital internet marketing is a way to reach new customers, and how is that working for you?
It works great. I don't know 99.9% of my customers, and that's what people got to realize. You're not gonna know your customers. People think that the people that you know are supposed to support you, of course, but they're not supposed to make your business be the only income from your business, the only support you get. You need to reach out and show people what you're doing around the world, not just in your own neighborhood.
International.
Yes, sir.
Now, you mentioned support, and someone else earlier mentioned support, and they said, well, I would love to support Black establishments, but the etiquette, the overall first experience was pretty harsh. So what do you feel about that? The individuals where you try to support the brand, but you didn't have a good experience. What's your view on that?
Be patient with people. This isn't something that you learn overnight. People are good at different things. Some people are just creative and they know how to make things that look great, but they might not be great at customer service. Some things need to be done by other people. Give them time to learn the business. Don't let somebody's personality stop you from supporting them if you like their brand. You like the brand, buy the clothes. You don't have to deal with them personally. Buy the clothes. That's your support. But at the end of the day, everybody's not gonna like everybody. You might not like that person. You probably didn't like their personality before they started making a brand. So
True.
You got to keep it real. But you'll say to their face like, "Yo, your shit is dope." Like, but I'm not buying it because I don't like your attitude. No,
that's a big problem. It's especially in our culture, from knowing a lot of individuals who are starting brands. I get it. What's on your personal platform and your business platform, if you choose to put twerking or doing any type of drug popping pills or memes or anything that's of a laughing nature, we tend to forget that if we're running a business, some things are going to come across as insensitive or just not they shouldn't be broadcast on your personal / business platform. What's your views on?
Yeah, you got to remember that you don't get to see everything that an entrepreneur goes through. We work for ourselves. It's a lot of back and forth with people constantly, and things might come off wrong when we're dealing with a certain individual, but it's usually the backlash from the 10 people before you that I had to argue with. The people that don't see the value in your brand, the people that want discounts. That's where all these things come from. Support me, pay what I'm asking. I put blood, sweat, and tears and capital into this. It wasn't free for me, so how is it going to be free for you? And people don't understand that. And that's where most of the attitudes come from. I know you my whole life. I know you for 30 years. I can't get a discount. You knew McDonald's? You know McDonald's for 30 years.
True.
When the last time you walked in there and asked them for a free nugget?
So what when we speak in economics, what do you feel causes this to be a problem? And let's take our community of Paterson, New Jersey. We don't see many Black-owned establishments.
Paterson is built on, the P in Paterson stands for personality. People love personalities, and popularity, right? So people that get supported in Paterson get supported off of popularity. You might be popular for one thing or another. You might just be a known person, and those are the people that get the support. It ain't got nothing to do with whether their product is dope or worth the bread. People will buy a clothing line, That's what's that brand be? Sun
Sunwear.
Sunwear. The shit that's gonna get nappy the 5 minutes after you put it on. They'll buy that from somebody that's popular rather than spend good money with a person that's giving you a quality product that you could wash 27 times and it still ain't gonna be nappy. It's just a popularity thing. So it's just like politics. You know, you're not gonna get the best politician because you're gonna vote for who's popular. It's the same way with hold on one second, B. Let me get a number 3 large.
Just tuning in.
I'm sorry, large.
Yeah.
Like to drink or any questions you have, feel free to shoot your questions right here so we can discuss these topics. And if feel free to jump in if you agree or disagree with anything that you hear being heard on the platform today. And I noticed DJ Santana just said popularity is big in Patterson. Okay, DJ Santana, elaborate on that, my brother.
You're right, Santana. Popularity is everything in Patterson. It's everything. I'm to the young dudes. I'm an old dude now. They might like what I'm saying. They might like the way my stuff look, but they don't know me from the '90s. They don't know me from the early 2000s.
Do you feel if there's a disconnect with the amount of opportunities given to do business in Patterson, or do you feel that isn't an issue? You can get up, you can rent a store and do whatever it is you feel to get your business done. Do you feel there's any roadblocks or barriers on the culture of being black in Patterson economically?
Economically, absolutely. We don't own much here. Therefore, we don't look out for each other because we don't own nothing to help each other with. So we still got to deal with other cultures and other people in order to get where we trying to go. Ain't no clothes made in our hood. You know, we still got to reach out to other places.
Shout out to KC. KC running for, I believe he's running for the council seat.
Yeah, I think so.
Building some businesses to help empower the community. I think that's a positive step going forward.
Bro, that's a big step. If we had a business like the Art Factory that was black owned, where you could put all black entrepreneurs in there, Latino too, and all black and brown people in there with their businesses, where people could do one-stop shopping and see all the things that's going on, it would totally change the game. Totally. Imagine a black and brown mall where you walk in and somebody's doing hair, doing eyelashes, selling their own brands of clothes, fixing things, all black and brown people. That would be the illest shit ever.
They actually have a few facilities like that. They just built another one in Atlanta called Black Wall Street. I just checked it out about a week ago. It's open for 3 or 4 days a week. It's all individual booths with entrepreneurs doing business, and it's majority black. My question was, are they allowing anyone Caucasian or Asian to join this facility? That's the number one question. Are we allowing brands outside of our race to part?
I don't think I don't really believe in exclusion. We end up dealing with these people anyway. And that's what we always got to realize. You know, it would be nice to have something totally ours, but nothing's ever totally ours. You know, you in China all the time. I deal with Indians and Pakistanis all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you build these relationships, you start to see things differently. You know, we so used to just being black here in Patterson that we don't realize that there's so much other stuff going on in the world. And when you start building these relationships with the in India, in Pakistan, in China, Japan, you start to see that there's people that's actually willing to help us get to that next level. It might take you some time and footwork, but you can definitely find the people that's trying to do that for us. But I think it shouldn't be no different here. If you want to work with me, and you Caucasian, Asian, Indian, anything, you gotta work with my people too. It ain't just me. Everybody coming with me. It's a train. I'm just the engine. That's how I feel about it. Like, if you want to work with me, then you got to be willing to work with my people too, because I'm not the only one that's trying to come up. I'm not the only one that's trying to build. If you mess with me, then you got to mess with Rob. Rob got something he's doing too. If we do that, then everybody gets empowered. We can make it somewhere. People get too caught up in if I give you my connect, then how I'm going to eat. Me and you don't do the same thing. You ain't making grind stack repeat.
It should still be able to thrive, because I take South Patterson's district on Main Street alone. You'll have several of the same businesses, and visually it would appear that they're all thriving. You have hair salons, jewelry stores.
Yep.
But when it comes to any other area, we don't see that anywhere in the world. My question is it purely is it something that's causing a disconnect from our people in economics and business, or we just truly are at a point where we don't want to do it? It's going to just get done on its own. So let somebody else do it. What is going to spark that fire other than hearing a Black Wall Street or internet post and memes about what Bill Gates is wearing, what Jay-Z is doing? What is it going to take for people to be enlightened and spark an interest to do business?
It's going to take one of us to truly go over the top. Once they see one of us is rich off of something, then I don't like to call it copycats, but then people start to emulate and do the same thing. You know, they need to see the blueprint that it actually works. People don't invest in themselves until they see somebody else invest and actually make a profit from it. So once somebody sees, like, okay, he been doing this for a minute, hey, he look like he's doing all right, let me try it too. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize that you've been doing it for 7 years and they just ain't get to see it. It's when they see that one flashy moment, like, oh, okay, this actually makes bread. Let me try that out too. And that's what it's gonna take. It's sad because people won't invest in themselves, but that's what it's gonna take. Yeah.
That's interesting. So
we need to talk. What's up?
Any other questions and insights on Black economics? What type of businesses do you feel are needed in Patterson?
Let me say one thing, B. I'm about to start doing this new thing, right? You know, let's talk about it Tuesdays, right?
A podcast,
or just little clips, you know, like just bringing up a topic and let people run with it. So I want to start it with you today, so we can start it off, right? So let's talk Tuesdays.
Okay.
Perspective is everything, and unfortunately, in our community, we allow people to give us their perspective instead of using our own, right? You remember when we was coming up, it was Christmas time, and your parents used to say money don't grow on trees? That was a lie. Money does grow on trees. And Caucasians have been making money off of paper since the beginning of time, and we ain't been getting none of it, right? Now we live in 2021, and now there's a new way to grow money, marijuana, right? And again, who's coming to get this money? The Caucasians, right? We've been getting money off of marijuana our whole existence, right? Now all of a sudden it's okay for everybody to get this money, right? Money does grow on trees. Organic food costs more than regular food, right? Somebody figured it out. Like, okay, well, if I tell you I ain't putting nothing in this and I grew this regular, there you go. Well, now I'm going to charge you more for it. I'm growing my money. Money does grow on trees. Don't let people tell you what can and cannot be done. It's all how you look at things. And we got to start looking at things differently, because there's people making money off of just about anything in this world. Meanwhile, we telling our kids that, you know, this you can't do this and you can't do that. Tell your kids they can do whatever they want to do. You never know what they might come up with. Money comes from everywhere.
Facts.
Cameron said it, you know? You can't get paid in the earth this big. Right?
We got a young brother in the live right now, BPF Vay.
Vay, what up?
Prospect. I'm glad that he tuned in into a platform other than talking about twerking or always use that as a tool to distract.
Yeah.
Others.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, you want people to learn. You ain't got to work for nobody your whole life. and you can survive without doing it. People should wake up and realize that if they starting to pay $15 at McDonald's and $17 at Chick-fil-A, money is starting to just be everywhere. Like that was unheard of when we came up. If you was making $10, you was the man. Now you could go make fries for $15 an hour. And if you could make fries for $15 an hour, then you could make a product of your own and make $15 an hour selling it. Invest in yourself.
Yourself being a businessman, are you open to opening other businesses outside of yours with others?
Yes, absolutely. I'm willing to collaborate with anybody that's willing to invest in themselves. If you're willing to invest in yourself and I feel your product is good, then I'm willing to invest in you too. But you got to be confident in yourself first. You can't expect people to step to you and want to throw bread at you if you're not confident in your own product and your own ability to make it work. And that's where we have problems. People be like, like I got this idea. I'm like, oh, that's dope. They're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna do some here and there. Like, no, jump in, do it.
Culturally, do you find it to be a problem, or do you? What's your view on black business in its entirety? When you hear of a person saying they're starting a business, do you normally just hear them saying, "Look, I'm opening up a food store, or I'm selling clothes, I'm selling handbags, I'm doing hair, I'm selling hair." What do you, are there any other type of businesses that you could recommend to people to consider, or does it seem like these are the only businesses that we constantly bring to the environment?
We do things that we're familiar with, and what we know our people are familiar with. You gotta step out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna tell you personally, my goal is to make money in my sleep. Everybody wakes up every morning and goes to work and makes money. But my goal is to make money in my sleep. In order to do that, you got to find things that work without you having to be present. People got to start looking at things. Who owns all these ATM machines that all they got to do is go there and load them? That make $3 every time you do a transaction. Who owns these vending machines that you buy your Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and your fruit snacks out of every day? That don't got to be there until they got to load the machine and get their bread. Like these are like two of the smallest things that you don't really think about or envision doing yourself that can make you money without you even having to be there. We just got to step out of that zone of, being there and seeing every dollar that comes into our pocket.
It would appear that they're constantly pushing athletics or entertainment as the sole source to become successful if you're African American.
Man, listen. I tell brothers all the time in the street, especially young guys that's still out here hustling and moving. If you can do numbers the way you're doing in the street, you could run a Fortune 500. You can do it. You understand profit margins. You understand all of that shit. Like you just not putting your all into what you could be. You're not using their full potential. Like it's a lot of shit out here that if you're doing it in the street, you could do it. You could do it in a job, or you could do it in your own business. And I just want people to step out of that comfort zone, fast money, easy money, build something that's gonna last. Drugs don't last.
I think I'm starting to hear a lot of concern and a lot of the Facebook platforms and group chats is gentrification in Patterson. Any input? What do you feel about the topic of Patterson being gentrified and we being pushed out? Who is the we that they're referring to that's being pushed out of Patterson?
I got a different view and a different opinion about the gentrification of Patterson. Patterson is building up. Well, not Patterson per se, but the developers are building up. They're not dumb. Developers get a lot of money, and they don't really get it from our people. They get it from the government. People got to change their mindset. They're not, there's a lot of us that do own property in Patterson, but not a big enough percentage to make anybody scared of what we're doing. The developers own it. They build up. They get that Section 8 money. They raise them prices to the point where they get the maximum amount of Section 8 money, and they live in. It ain't to push you out. It's to get more money from the government. That's what it is. Oh, the one bedroom is $1,500. We can't afford that. Nah, you can't, but somebody on Section 8 can't. And that's what it is. And watch when all these programs start coming through to get the homeless off the street. More government money. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We look at it from one perspective, but we don't really look at it from the money perspective. If you can't afford it, who can? It ain't no white people moving to Patterson with the 300 plus shootings every year. So you gotta start opening your eyes and looking at things different. Like, yeah, all right, they raising the rates. Yeah, they raising the rates to get more money from somebody else besides you, which is the government. Not from Caucasians, from the government. They're gonna get that bread.
Foresee a zone or an area where this Black Wall Street formula is going to be input and implemented in the city of Patterson? And if so, where?
I would love to see it happen in the 4th Ward or the 1st Ward.
I always say multi-million-dollar industry.
Where the urban community is. You know, like you know the East Side, you know, 2nd Ward, you know, these are more, you know, quiet areas. That's not where this should happen. It should definitely happen in the 1st or 4th Ward, where our people are, and where they could feel welcome. They ain't got to go to Garden State Mall. They could go to their mall and feel, you know, at home. You know, even the 5th Ward. You know, 1st, 4th, or 5th. You know, 2nd, 3rd. It's really residential, super residential. Ain't no businesses there at all. You know? 6th Ward is full of businesses. Too many businesses. You know, they, you know, like you said, you go to South Patterson, you see, you know, it's like businesses repeat. It'd be barbershop, pastry shop, restaurant, hair salon, barbershop, hair salon.
You feel so successful at achieving just that? Is it the fact that we are constantly paying them for a service and getting nothing in return other than the product?
I think that we support others way more than we support each other. That's it. Like, we'll eat Chinese food, we'll eat Latino food, and then nobody here is really stepping up and creating a Black restaurant. Like, you got a couple. You know, you got John Jack
That's
on
past
10th Ave.
Mr. G.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mr. G. You got Mr. G. Look, both of those are on 10th Ave. You know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing in South Patterson that's a Black restaurant. You don't have nothing on Union Ave that's a Black restaurant. You know what I'm saying? These high traffic, high foot traffic areas, you don't have it. The only place we got it is right here. 10th Ave. You got how many Jamaican restaurants you got on 10th Ave? 3? Huh?
You feel that business will be successful in that environment?
Yeah, I have no doubt it would be. I have no doubt. As long as the food is good, it's over with. It's over with. You wouldn't be able to sustain the traffic you would get with good food. It's something everybody wants. So a good restaurant, in fact, shout out to Fast Break too. But
opening up a hamburger fast food restaurant to the town as well.
Yeah, Vic, right? Yeah, he's bringing a restaurant. That's gonna be big. And watch how much support happens.
Even Buster vibe or something like that.
Let's say we take 4 friends, 25%, and 25% of the business a piece, and they open a franchise. If four individuals open a Chick-fil-A in Patterson, to be like how White Castle was when it opened, Remember when White Castle opened, you had to literally wait in line to get in there? Like, people just couldn't believe it was here. Popeyes, same way. Like, yo, Popeyes is finally here. Like, you had to literally wait to get in. Like, you don't have to open up your own. You could branch out and get a franchise. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're going to get supported just because people like the food. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with popularity. It's the product.
Product and the service.
Yep. And just like good dope, good food sell itself.
Yep. Shit. Let me
Thank
get
you
a.
for input and insight, my brother.
Yeah, of course, brother. Anytime.
At Talk Tuesdays.
Yeah, talk about it Tuesdays. This is what we're gonna do every Tuesday. We're gonna put up a clip on Instagram and Facebook. We're gonna talk about a topic just like today. Money do grow on trees. Remember that. I might have a shirt for you real soon. Money do grow on trees. A lot of shit grow on trees. Ace, what up?
Yeah. Again, like next sometime during the week, we all get another 10, 15 minutes. We shoot some ideas on some businesses that we can create, and identify things that might be pertinent in the city, or any business opportunities outside of the city, online, wherever. It's good to come together and build and create more businesses and empower each other.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. First M in 2022.
And a shout out to Flyboy Society Harlem. Peace.
Peace, Flyboy Society.
Listen,
Everybody out there, it ain't got it. 2022 don't gotta be your first M. If you ain't never made $100 grand, make that your goal. Steps. Take steps.
I'm all for it.
I'm shooting for that M though. Hello.
Black economics, empowering each other. That's the platform. This is the start.
Yes, sir. I'll let you be. Let me go feed these children. Peace, brother.
That was CEO Muz, the CEO owner of GrindStackRepeat.com. We got what else we have in here right now? We Need to Talk podcast. If you're interested in going on live to shoot a message or two, feel free. If not, I totally understand. This is the first session of empowering others and each other in Black economics. You can check out this live on www.youtube.com/GPDCEO. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, spread the word. Peace, love, and blessings.